Hello, Eric. I want to do you a quick video update. We're getting her put back together. As you can see, the transom. This is the thickness of your new veneer, which is a little more than 1/4 of an inch. And of course, when we put the transom in the new spot, then the sides were taller, 2 inches farther forward. When we cut this off. So we had to take all this apart and actually bring the height of the side down to meet the transom. So that's been done. We're placing the repaired seats. You'll notice we've got some bungs here where we repaired the seats. There was some rot on the surface of the seats. So that's where we repaired the seats rather than replacing this piece of wood. So keeping it, as original as possible. And then here are the seats, all the varnish and so forth has been stripped apart. They've been taken apart, sanded, and reassembled. So we're getting ready to start staining and varnishing those. These seats, curiously, there was 4 pieces of wood making up this portion of this seat. The 5th port piece and 6th. Once we get this stained, these black lines will show up as just a defining line between the panels. We've got the same thing going on here. This is the method that's used by restorers to hide plank seams on the sides of boats, is using this black 5200. So what you'll see is this will kind of disappear. Got some issues on the side where we really want to varnish. First issue is above the check mark. We looked at what areas we might be able to varnish. So we've got it all stripped now, and you see the dark spots like this one. Well, that's an area that the sander can't hit without creating a divot. So we got a dark spot here, we got a dark spot here. So that's a low. So that's a low spot. I don't know if I missed that dark spot back here. That's a low spot. We have low spots all along here, and we've got a little filler in the side right here where there were some crashes into the dock. Some major crashes into the dock. Here's another low spot. Some more crashes into the dock, giving us, we've got filler in there, and that's the best that we would be able to hide those, which is not good. And then we have a real low spot right here, and in fact, somewhere in the life of the boat, while it was painted, you guys hit a dock, and you're actually looking at the grain of the next layer of wood. So the outer layer has been sanded completely through, and you're looking at the grain of the next layer. So, judging from this side, we thought, well, gee, maybe we could varnish above the check mark. And then we looked at it and we said, nope, can't varnish above the check mark. We have this big deep gouge right here. We might be able to gouge to varnish below the check mark on the back, and that's an area that could be varnished. It would be time prohibitive and cost prohibitive, I think, to make the repairs to those large divots we have. But then again, on this side, we're good below the check mark to stain and varnish, and we're even good above the check mark. Basically, to the left of the check mark, we could stain and varnish. Let me get back a little farther where you can see the whole boat. Okay, so this side above the check mark, we'd be in pretty good shape. We've got a few gouges and a few low spots, but they're not real low. Only problem is the other side, we've got a big gouge. So if you only look at one side of the boat at once, I guess we'd be all right. But I'm just kidding. I'm being facetious. So then, coming along this side of the boat, we've got a pretty deep horizontal gouge here, and all of these are low spots. Which is leading me to the ultimate conclusion that we really need to paint instead of stain and varnish. We could stain and varnish this area, and I suppose if you were willing to deal with a low spot which will reflect light differently and show up like a sore thumb over here. I suppose we could stain a varnish above the check mark, but it's not really going to be practical time and effort wise to be doing that elsewhere. We'd actually have to route this out, pull this off. We'd actually almost have to replace all of the veneer on this side. So getting pretty ugly. So that's the video update. I've got a question about the windshield. We have it off at a manufacturer for a replacement. So before we pull the trigger on that, I want to give you the costs on that and make sure you want to do that. And we've got all the metals off, and our chromer's not sure he's going to be able to get done in time. So just wanted to give you the update. Thanks.